Good morning, everybody. My name is Sonia Tigero. I'm located in South Florida, United States. Welcome to everybody. And we are going to start soon. Good morning, Nara. Hope I pronounce well your name. Is from Lebanon? Okay, perfect. Um, we we know already that food is medicine. There is no doubt about that. And we know that we have to have a balanced diet, make the right combinations of food, and we have to choose food according to the taste and of flavor and the nature or energy of the food in order to reach all the needs that we have in our bodies. Today, we are going to see food and also some recipes to work with the organs. Let's see this first one that we are going to explore is the lungs and large intestine syndromes, the diet therapy. The qualities of the flavor in this case is cold, cool, neutral, warm, and hot. Not every food is suitable for every organ. Particular food has a specific tropism. What is the tropism? Is the way that the food is going to reach the organ and get the most of the benefits. For example, if we want to tonify the kidney, we have to avoid. Let me see if I can get the pointer here. Yeah, for example, we have to avoid the cold and the cold food, not the ones that are hot. So that is the first step in those in order to tonify the kidney. We have to moderate the bitters. For the bitters, the green leaves, for example. We suggest the neutral and sweet food like corn and peanuts in order to stimulate the kidney. I separate all the food in different categories. For example, we have the veggies, here we have the fish, animal products. So if we say that we need to avoid cold and cold food, the food that is in here, we cannot have it or reduce the amount of that. And there is none in the case of the hot food. So we can use some spices. For example, that is going to fortify the lungs and calm the coughing is the figs, grapes, and walnuts. I know that that slide is missing, so we don't have any list of the fruit, so I can send it. If anybody want it, I can send it later. Okay, and the animal products that I think is the next one. Let me see. Previous animal product. We have cold food, cool, and neutral. So we are going to go with the neutral because when we eat too much of the cold and cool, even if we are going to add moist, the excess of those is going to create dampness and phlegm. So it's better to go with the neutral food. Okay, so another thing that is creating insufficiency of in the gene in the stomach, for example, is the if we take a late dinner. A lot of people get late dinner, and a lot, and they do lunch that is light. That is the worst thing that we can do, because that is going to create an insufficiency of the stomach chin. Also, if you don't have a regular schedule for meals, that is another factor that is going to create insufficiency of the stomach chin. And when we in a rush, also that is another factor. So it's not only food, it's also how we eat the food and where we eat the food and how much we are eating from that food. Because if the right food in the right combination we are eating in a rush, in a regular, or too much, or late dinner, that is not going to help us. So that is very, very important. So another thing that we said in the beginning, we have to avoid hot food. Hot food or like spiced food, not because of the temperature that we are cooking something. Also, never eat something that is very hot or cold. We have to prefer warm food. And we have to avoid the hot and the food that is spicy and bitter, and we have to prefer the warm food. The insufficiency in the stomach and the gene, for example, is going to affect the lungs and the large intestines, especially the large intestine. Why? Because of the heat and the dry. So in order to tonify the large intestine, we can have, for example, let me see if I see here my slideshow, the grains, because one of them is the spices here. We don't have the grains here. Okay, the grains is like a wheat, rye, then cashews and goat milk. That is going to tonify the large intestine. But also we need to purify the large intestine, and we can do that through fennel, beets, peas, leeks, daikon, millet, sorghum. So I can see you have a few cereals here that we can use it. We have to make the difference. For example, we can favor food that is going to tonify the lungs through peanuts, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, honey, figs, papaya. All of that is going to help our large intestine. And if we have a constipation, the dry effect in the intestine, we can have banana, sugar cane, sesame oil, pork meat even is a very good one. I'm going to show you some recipes that I select for you. For example, when we are experiencing a cold wind in the lungs, something very easy to prepare is fresh ginger with maltose. The recipe is very simple. It's fresh ginger with maltose and water, and we are going to reduce and to 1/3, and then drink hot twice a day. What are the effects in our body? The ginger eliminates wind, disperse the cold, transform the phlegm. Phlegm, I put it, this word is misspelled. I just read it in Spanish. And this is good for coughing. The maltose strength tonify the spleen, stomach, and humidify the lungs. So when we have that kind of dry coughing, this is a very good incorporation ingredient, the maltose, because it's going to humidify the lungs. Okay, we have here cold wind in the lungs, turnip, pears, and honey. 3 simple ingredients. we're going to add some white pepper too. Okay, we are going to peel off the pear and the parsley. We are going to steam those, and then we are going to, it has to be tender, of course, and when it's ready, we're going to add white pepper and honey. Don't cook with honey because you know the honey becomes toxic in our body according to Ayurveda, that we cannot have honey that is heated. And we have this twice a day. What is the effect? It's going to eliminate wind, disperse the cold, transfer the phlegm for coughing. The effect of the honey. Honey is sweet, neutral, invigorate the center, spleen, and stomach, moist the dryness of cough, and transfer the phlegms because of the pepper. The turnip descend the key, transfer the flames, and clear food stagnation. The white pepper is pungent and hot, so it's going to heat up the center, disperse the cold, and remove cold superficial wind. So four simple ingredients with a lot of action and benefit in our bodies. So we are going to remove phlegm because the dampness in the lungs with just grapefruit that we are going to cook with wine, and when it's warm we can add the honey. The grapefruit harmonizes the stomach and transform the phlegm, and fortify the spleen, nourish the key. The white one is going to warm the central and clear the spleen. Honey is sweet, fortify the spleen, dry out the key, and for coughing, do the spleen dysfunction and retention the dampness. This is a great recipe. Very, very simple. For those who are interested to have this, you can send me your email address and I'll be more than happy to send you this presentation. But we don't need a lot of ingredients, and those are simple ingredients in order to create these remedies. Okay. This recipe is for coughing, heat in the liver, attacking the lungs, and then we have one persimmon, the apricot kernel, and dried chrysanthemum. And with dog, the dog is not going to be eaten. It's only we are going to cover the paste that we are going to prepare. We are going to put in a little pot, and we are going to cook the persimmon with the chrysanthemum, and the apricot kernel we are going to cook and mash and then incorporate it. We are going to make a paste. We are going to cover with the paste of the dough, and we're going to cook in the oven, and then when it's dry we're going to open it and just eat what is in the center. We don't need to eat the with dough. What is the action of it? That is going to clarify the liver, add moist to the lungs, stop the coughing. Bitter almonds ventilate the lungs. The bitter almonds is the name that we can find when we talk about the apricot kernel. Okay. May descend the key, stop coughing. The persimmons help in this action, and is good for heat in the lungs. Remember, because we are seeing the heat in the liver attacking the lungs here. Another one for coughing with insufficiency of the key in the lungs. This is, all of the recipes are very simple. We have a white ginseng and peeled walnuts, and we are going to make a tea. When everything is tender, we are going to remove it. We're going to drink that tea, but we are going to eat the ginseng and the walnut. Yeah, that the ginseng is strength, invigorate the key for lung insufficiency. The walnut invigorate the kidney and favor the reception of the key and the moist of the intestines. Is cold and also is hot. We cannot take this if we have a gene insufficiency and we have intense heat in our body. So that is the only recommendation because we have to avoid it. In the Veda software, we find when we do the analysis, the meridians in the organs poles. We're going to see, I cannot show you, but if you go to every meridian, you are going to see if we are in the green, so it's normal, or it has a slight depletion, or significant depletion if it's turned out yellow. And pink is a slight tension of energy, or red major tension. Okay, so we are going to see in which meridian we are experiencing some syndromes of fullness or emptiness. So it's going to be very easy for us to make a recommendation and to our clients. Also, this is the table, so we're going to see the points, which one is the one is affected. But in the next tab, we are going to see the description and the recommendations. For example, here, because we are seeing the lungs and large intestine, so this is specific for the lungs. It's going to describe and also is going to make a description about the emotions that are related to that particular imbalance that we are experiencing. For example, in the lungs, we know that emotions, sorrow, grief, and mental manifestation, or heart searching, pedantry, withdrawal, those are affecting our lungs. Sadness. Also, another thing that is in the software, we're going to see in our body, the atlas, how are the organs. For example, in this case, the lungs and the large intestines are okay. So we can see the organs clean, there is no red or yellow around. And also the description here is everything is in green, and we are going to see the state of compensation is normal in everything that is green. But sometimes we don't have everything green. Okay, we can find, for example, like here, the gallbladder is okay and the stomach is okay, but endocrine system, liver, vessels are highlighted in yellow. And you are going to find that the signs of energy is like depleted. For all of these, we are going to have specific recommendations on food and also lifestyle changes. And if you have the TCM muscle, you're going to have a treatment for acupuncture. Okay, let's see about spleen and stomach syndromes, the diet therapy. Again, everything is under the category of cold, cool, neutral, warm, and hot. As you can see, is a lot of food in between the cold and the warm. Those are the better. Fruits, a lot of fruits are available from cold to warm. Fats, you see, fats are always cool and cold. And Grains are from cold to neutral, but it doesn't create warm or hot in the spleen and stomach. Okay, and dairy also is cold and neutral. If you know that if you eat too much cheese, it's going to affect your stomach, it's going to affect your spleen, it's going to affect your lungs. Okay, and then we have legumes, mostly cold and neutral, just few, and animal products in the same cold and neutral category. Okay, so the lifestyle is very, very important here. And also, if we are eating too much and the combination is not correct, it's going to affect the spleen and stomach. And all the organs depend on this system. The humidity and phlegm can overload this system. So that's the reason we have to be really, really careful and watch our diet and lifestyle. And for example, when you eat your food, you have to be in a nice state of mind, and you have to be in a tranquil place. You have to see your plate and experience joy, and you have to have a good relationship with food, because if you are eating something that, let's say that you are eating black beans because those are good for your spleen and stomach, but you really want to be eating pizza that is not going to be good for your stomach and your spleen, so you are sending the wrong message, and the spleen is going to act according to that. So we have to be not only in a joyful state, we have to be in a grateful state. It's like a Buddha. Buddha, he eat anything that people put in his bowl, he eat it. It's not like, oh, I don't like it, oh, I don't want it, oh, I prefer this. No, that is the way that we have to eat. Whatever is in our bowl, accept it with grateful attitude. Okay, that's very, very important. We need to feel relaxation when we are eating. We don't have to be in the phone, we don't have to be watching TV, reading a magazine or a book, or be in the phone. That is not good. We can eat the best food in the world, right combination, organic, whatever. But if you are not mindful and you are doing other activities, that food is not going to nourish you. Do not overeat. Sometimes it's good, we love it, and we eat it, and we go for second. That is not right. We have to feel that our stomach is 1/3 full, and we cannot go further than that, because the stomach, it needs space in order to churn the food. Okay, we don't have to drink when we are eating, especially cold, ice cold water. That is an American thing that it creates a lot of problem in our stomach. We have to just sip hot water or some kind of tea. I prefer ginger tea when I'm eating my food. If not, it's just hot water. We have to reduce the raw cold food, and we need to eat early dinner. Before the sun comes down, before the sunset, or during the sunset, that is the latest that we can eat. So all of these recommendation in lifestyle is going to improve your spleen and stomach. Okay, I'm going to show you there is a recipe talking about Buddha. Okay, we have more here, but I want to show you in here. This soup, I find out that it was the food that Buddha took before he get his nirvana, and it's called the soup of the 8th day, and it's eaten actually in December the 8th. And it's very, very simple. That is going to harmonize the spleen and stomach. Also, it's going to nurture the liver and the kidney. And we have to, first, we are going to boil the beans, the peas, okay, and the lotus seed. We are going to cook with this first. And then we are going to add the grains like rice, sorghum, corn, millet, okay. Then we're going to add the walnut, cashew, peanut, and sunflower seeds. And the last thing that we are going to add is raisins and red date, that is called jujube. Okay, and the maltose. So this dish is very, very nourish for your liver and your kidney, and also is going to favor your spleen and stomach. So you don't have to wait till December 8th to try it. I recommend to make it because it's very good and it has a lot of benefits. And eat it a few days in a row. And then you are going to experience the benefit, because if you do that just once a month, is not going to provide all the benefits. This is a key blood tonic, especially for elderly people, and it's made with black beans that is going to favor the liver, spleen, and kidneys. Rice that is neutral and sweet. Red dates and longanberry. Okay, it's a winter dish, and the black beans tonify the liver and the kidney, as I said, and fortify the ligaments and bones, and fortify the spleen too. So it's very, very good for us just eating black beans. And also it's affordable. So there is no excuse to try this medicine, because food is medicine. Red dates, it has trapeziums over the spleen, and stomach channel. Harmonize the stomach, favor the key, and invigorate the spleen. If you have already the software of the Beta Pulse, you can do your analysis, your assessment, start eating this, and a few days after, check again, do another assessment, and you are going to see the difference. That's the beauty of the Veda Pulse. Okay, what happened with the kidney and bladder? Okay, so we have from cold to warm a lot of food choices. Okay, and veggies and legumes. Animal products mostly are neutral and warm. Fruits, neutral and warm mostly, and there is cold and cold. Grains are cold and some neutral, and the only who is giving hot is the heat is from the buckwheat. That is a misspelling too. Okay. And then we have some herbs like rosemary, cumin, dill, cardamom, star anise, basil, anise that is warm. You have cinnamon, clove, fennel, black pepper, Sichuan pepper. Those are hot. And mineral water, corn, miso, lotus seed, and rose hips are neutral. Also, you can have algae and some tea. The salt, soy sauce, and vervain is going to create coldness. Okay, and we are going to see a recipe here. Let me see if I'm missing. Okay, let me show you this first. Kidney king. We have to eat wheat, anise, fenugreek, celery, beans, and parsley. We are talking about fenugreek leaves. You can find it in any Indian store. It's a little bitter. It's very good. Leeks, sesame, chicken and chicken liver, eggs, egg yolk, clams, cherry, walnuts, and grapes. This is for support the kidney key. If we are experiencing insufficiency of the kidney, we have two kinds, the yang and the yin. For the yang, eat fenugreek, cloves, fennel seed, anise, black pepper, dry ginger, cinnamon, walnut, onion, quinoa, chicken, lamb, shrimp, salmon, and trout. For the yin, walnut and fenugreek, animal products like cheese or goat milk. Okay, if we are experiencing headache due to kidney insufficiency, we can eat a stew made with rice, with lamb and goji berries. One of the theory about food, we are used to have the protein and the starch and the veggies and the sauce. In Chinese medicine, in Ayurvedic medicine, we put everything in one pot. Why? Because the ingredients must have a conversation. Hello, lamb, I'm the right. Hey, welcome, goji berries. So they have to be friends inside of the pot. That is the best way to combine ingredients. So when it's already combined, if there is any difference of energy in that food, that is going to create a synergy that is going to favor our digestion and viability, of course. That is applied at all the food that we eat. For example, I saw many times that people is eating oatmeal with toppings. If you want to eat oatmeal with apples, for example, or blueberries, just cook together on the oatmeal with the blueberries, okay? And if you want walnut, okay, put everything. The toppings in is not creating any benefit. Maybe for your ego, you can see a beautiful arrangement of all the toppings that it could be appealing, but it's not good for your digestion. So if you don't digest your food, you are not going to take any nourishment from that food. Hope that you can remember this and apply to your every single meal, and you are going to experience a lot of benefit. If you do, please let me know. Say, hey, Chef Sonia, you were right. I feel much better now. Something, for example, I want to share. One friend that was helping me with marketing, she said when I said about to drink hot liquid like a tea, or just hot water with her food, is going to be better for her, and she immediately recall when she's eating the same food that she ordered at the restaurant. When she get it at home delivered, the digestion is very different, and she realized that the difference it was when she got to that place to eat the same dish, the waitress right away bring a ice cold water and she drink it. So just with that simple example, you can have the idea the how bad the worst thing that you can do is getting cold ice cold water or wine or beer with your meal. Okay, constipation due to young kidney insufficiency. We are going to cook rice, and in the halfway that it is cooked, we are going to add peel chopped walnuts, and we are going to eat that warm or hot. Constipation due to kidney insufficiency is black sesame seed with cashews and sugar. We're going to make a paste. We are going to put everything in the blender, and the cashews are going to create the oiliness and the black sesame seed. And so we'll have like a little bowl we can make with that. And we're going to have that early in the morning, followed with warm water. That is going to be great for the constipation and the kidney. The in opposite way, the diarrhea due to the young insufficiency in the spleen and kidney, we can have pork kidney with nutmeg and star anise and wine. So we can saute the pork kidney with the nutmeg and star anise and deglaze with wine. So as you can see, is something that you can create a main course with this, and it's going to be appealing and easy to make. Bladder, dysuria, when you have pain when you want to pee, and you want to pee but you cannot pee, you can eat wheat, lettuce, soy, porcelain, oatmeal, radish, sorghum, papaya, tangerine, tangerine skin. Oh, what I do, I dry out the skin and keep it in a jar, airtight, and you can have that skin. Also, you can do that with orange or lemon, because in one point you are going to need it, and they don't become bad. Grapes, escargot, clams, lamb, kidneys, and pork heart. Okay, so that is going to help your bladder. Okay, let's see what is the health that we can have in our heart and small intestines through food. We have cool, and neutral food that is going to favor. So we have veggies and legumes here. Fruits from cold to warm, grains and seed cold and neutral. The best are lotus seed and the coconut. Heart, animal product for the heart. It's a lot of variety with neutral properties, like octopus, cuttlefish, eggs, egg yolk, milk, pork heart, lamb or veal heart, both lamb heart and veal heart, chicken sweetbread. Then those are one the faisan and the goat meal. Those are warm for your heart and the small intestine. Coffee and red wine are warm, and liqueur is hot. Honey is neutral. Green tea or black tea. Look at this. Salt and beer. That is something that probably is very often in our table. That create cold. Oh, so that is not a very good option. Spices. The spices that are warm: anise, cinnamon, rosemary, fresh ginger, cardamom, basil, rosemary, thyme. A lot of spices that we can incorporate in order to help our heart and small intestine. Marjoram, bitter orange skin. You see, we talk about to get some skins. Also, you can buy the skins already dry. And saffron. Saffron, in Ayurveda, we say that saffron creates joy. And look at this, the heart is, the emotion related to the heart is joy, no? So it makes a lot of sense. Oregano and tamarind are cold for the heart. Okay, the heart represents the vitality. And the thing that is going to affect our heart is, first of all, sadness. When we experience extreme joy, anger, stress, fatigue, the heat is going to affect that. And if you feel absence of love and joy, your heart is going to get decreased in its functions. So we have to experience just joy, but not overjoy. Okay, moderation. Small intestine represent what is the pure and impure, and it separates what is cloudy to is pure in our intestine. When the food come out, those what are cloudy is going to one side, and what is pure is going to the other side. Because in the intestine, the small intestine is when the place where it happened the transformation of the food. It's like receive the food, make a plan with the food, and transform according that. This is a little thing here. Okay, so same thing like we saw in the first slide. We have the organs poles with the atlas. In here we have a heart and intestine. We have no yellow or no red, so that is normal. And if we looking for in the channels, we are going to see if it's green or that is normal, and is yellow with a slight depletion. And we are going to have the description in order to understand what's going on in our body. And that is going to be the clue in order to make a better selection in lifestyle and or make sense the lifestyle and the food recommendation that the Veda Post is going to give us. This is a great soup in order to eliminate the dampness, the heat and the phlegm from our heart. And it's very, very simple to make it. It's just lean pork with nori. Nori is an algae that you can find it in sushi. So, and it's very popular. You can find mostly in every market, in a Chinese market or Whole Food or even Publix is carrying that. So you are going to boil together, and you are going to make your soup. The algae is, it could be the nori, also the red. Those particular one has tropisms, is going to over the lung, the stomach, the kidney, and the liver channel. How beautiful. Just lean meat from pork and just nori algae. It's going to distend and invigorate the liver, eliminate the phlegm, the mucus, and clarifying the heat. And the lean pork meat is going directly to the lungs, the stomach, kidney, liver, spleen, and channel. So pay attention in all of these recipes that I give you, mostly all of them that I select is going to help you with the lungs. And we know that this virus, the coronavirus, is the first thing that is going to attack is the lungs. But if you recover from that virus, you overcome the virus. One of the side effects of this experience of the COVID is the myopathy, that is the inflammation of the pericardium. So when we are eating food that is going to support your lungs and your heart, you're going to have more chances in order to make this experience of the COVID more easy to serve. Also, it's going to invigorate the kidney and the blood and nourish the yin, kidney, liver, and lung. Okay, what happened with the liver gallbladder? We know that the liver can hold the heat. Summer is not a good time for the liver because of the external heat. So the worst thing that we can do is just adding food that is hot. So chilies is not in the menu, okay? We have to go through the cold to the warm food. And look at this. The banana and kiwi are cold. Blueberry, plums, lemon, mango. You see, we are in mango season now. Apple, blackberries, orange, pear, grapefruit, and grapes. Those are cool. Neutral sunflower seed, raspberry, and pineapple. And worms are the cherry, coconut, the kumquat, and lychee. There are other things like rhubarbs that are cool, mint and green tea, chrysanthemum and verbenas are cool. Saffron, orange blossom, and chamomile neutral. Garlic and black pepper, those are hot. Black pepper is good in a small amount in order to carry the nutrients deep into the tissues. So it's okay to have some, but not in excess. Alcohol, vinegar, anise, coriander, dandelion, fennel seed, parsley, and rosemary, those are warm. And the animals products, there is none that is creating heat. And you have from crab to chicken liver, beef, gallbladder, that we don't find here, those things. Pork, rabbit, whitefish, veal liver, eggs, chicken blood. Is a lot of different ingredients that we can prepare our meals. Look at this. In this picture, the liver, it has a yellow contour here. You see, the border is yellow. That means that that liver is experiencing some depletion of energy. What we find in Veda polls is all of these. It's better to see when you go on a consultation and they say, oh, you have emptiness in here, you are syndrome of fullness in here, oh, your ki, your yang, your yin. So it's hard to remember. We don't have the picture. We cannot make the picture in our mind. But when we see this kind of graphic, we can make a better picture in our mind and remember, yes, I need to take care of my liver. And the beauty of Veda Post that is going to give you recommendations is going to have recommendations not only in food, but also in lifestyle. Probably you can find out that you are going to sleep late at night after a big meal and wake up late in the morning. So when you see in the recommendation, lifestyle recommendation, that you have to wake up before the sunrise and you have to eat during sunset or before sunset, and you have to drink hot water with your meals, and you start making those little changes, everything is going to fall in the right place. All your organs are start working in harmony. Yeah, and you are not going to experience any illness. Just eating the right food, just practicing correcting lifestyle choices. How simple is that? We don't need to depend on pills, because pills is going just to work in the symptom. We can go here and correct the root. That is the most important thing. Correct the root. So that is oh, I have a recipe here to invigorate the liver in spring. This is just saute scallop briefly to the point that is cooked with Japanese mustard. That's it. This is going to favor the circulation, qi, and the blood. It's going to fortify, strengthen the liver, the ligaments, bone marrow. We cannot eat it if we have heat in the stomach. Okay, you are experiencing some ulcers, you cannot have it. But it can go directly to the liver and kidney, and it's going to invigorate them. Other recipes, simple recipes, for example, with the spinach, is spinach with fresh ginger, with a little sesame oil and rice vinegar. So we are going to put a little water in a pan and do like an Italian sauteing just in water, and add fresh ginger, drizzle with the sesame oil, little rice vinegar, and that's it. Another one is spinach with toasted sesame seed and sesame oil. Very, very simple recipe that is going to help you to support your liver in spring. Okay, because who didn't do anything for the liver in spring is not going to have a happy liver in summer, because it's the heat of the summer is going to affect that. Okay, so for the next spring you have to take care of your liver. Meanwhile, go to this presentation and check on the list that what you can eat in order to support your liver. If there is any question, we have 5 more minutes. I'll be gladly to answer. So you can write it down, your message on the bottom on the chat. And if anybody want this presentation, just send me your email address and I'm going to forward this. You have here my email address and my WhatsApp, and you can contact me. Okay, Nada, I'm going to send you, just write it down your email. Okay, I have Moonsai, Don, Michael, Michelle. Yeah, don't forget to if you send me that through my WhatsApp or email address, it's going to be more easy for me to send you my presentation. I'm going to write down again my email. Hope everybody have a beautiful day. And please, if anybody is trying the recipes, let me know and share how you feel. I suggest to do at least 3 days in a row eating the same food. And please avoid to drink or cold water, ice cold drinks, and try to apply those little changes in your lifestyle, correcting the time that you're eating, going to bed, waking up, eating in a peaceful state of mind. If you can put just flowers in your table, a candle. If you're at work, just try to leave your desk and go to any other area. So try to disconnect and be present at the moment that you are eating, because it's so important to have a connection with your food. Okay, and always I recommend when you are eating the food, just make that food your medicine. You have to think about that. This is the food that is going to help me to get get me back in balance. So charge your food with the power of your thoughts. Make that food your medicine, just thinking that it is a medicine. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a beautiful day.